Hey guys, how you doing? Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. So today I have a video that I think you can tell by the title is going to be a really great video for me personally. And before I give you some of the news, I would like to kind of explain why I do these particular videos. I want you to know that it's not because I want to say like, nah, I'm healthy, you're not healthy. It has nothing to do with that. What it is because, again, I hear from so many of you that are frustrated with your own health, with your own maintenance of illnesses that you have. And you get used to hearing bad news all the time, and that depresses you, as it would me. Depresses you, it unmotivates you. You begin to think there's nothing that you can do to make the situation better. And I want this video, once again, to let you know that there are things that you can do, that you can, in fact, make a difference in your health. So to start off, I want to give you some really good news. Now, a little history of my illnesses over the years. Back in 1986, I had a T-cell level of 487. T-cells are the helper cells that everyone has in their immune systems. A T-cell count is a way to measure how healthy your immune system is. And the average person has anywhere from 500 on the low side up to about 1,600 on the extremely high side. It's not the only measurement of how healthy you are, but it certainly does give some indications if you're in fact moving in the right direction, if you're improving your health, or if your health is declining. So in 86, I was 487. Then through the next 20 years, I dropped down to the 200s after about 3 years. And I stayed in the 200s from 1989 till just about 2010. I could not get them above 200 no matter what I did. However, the good part of that is they never dropped below that 200. So I just assumed, okay, I'm going to be living with 200 for as long as I live. And then because of some new medications and because I stopped doing steroids and I started, well, I was still partying. I don't want you to think that I wasn't going out and drinking and taking some drugs, especially marijuana. I was doing that several times per week. And my T-cells slowly began to creep up into the 300s and then back into the 400s. And so I was thrilled that I was back by 2012 or so. I was back to where I had been in 1986. Awesome, in the 400s. Then a couple years later, I just entered the 500s. My highest T-cell count since 1986 had been 515. Then it went to 504. Then my last one about 2.5, 3 years ago, prior to the pandemic, I was in the high 400s again. So I just had my blood work done on Halloween. And I was just asking the universe, asking my dead parents, asking anything that could help me, please, 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 just let me be in the 500s somewhere, even the low 500s. I'll be fine with that. I won't complain, and it will still motivate me to do the things that I know I need to do. So I had them done. I also did say to the universe at large, if I could be 600 or 610, I would be celebrating, I would be dancing in the streets. Well, they came back just the other day, and I will show you the paperwork. Surprise, surprise. I can't believe it. 812. Which is right in the middle of what a healthy person has. All great stuff. I was so pleased. I was so pleased. So how did I do that? Well, looking back, you may remember that I did a photo of myself. It was a short little video, but I pulled this photo, and this is when I was at my highest weight just prior to the pandemic. And I was 206 pounds. And so I decided I was going to diet my weight and my body fat down. Even though I couldn't go back to the gym yet, I was going to lose as much weight as I could, get myself as healthy as I could, so when the pandemic was over, I could go back to the gym and then get even better. And slowly I lost weight. I brought myself down into the low 180s. And I was pretty happy with that. So the day before Halloween, I weighed myself and measured my body fat. Previously, a couple years ago, I had been 33% body fat, which means literally 1/3 of my body was fat. Mostly interabdominal fat, the visceral fat, the fat that pads your organs and keeps them from banging together. You need to have some fat there, but mine was excessive, which is why my stomach stuck out. Even though you could rap on my stomach, it was nice and hard, it was fat. So I got myself down to 174.5 pounds with 26.1% body fat. And I was really happy. Now I am back at the gym. I'm not going 6 days a week like I used to. I'm going 3 or 4 days a week. And I'm lifting, which is building muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat. And hopefully increasing my bone density. And I was doing cardiovascular exercise. I've been doing an hour in the sauna to, again, burn more body fat, but also to raise my immune system a little bit. I credit the sauna for some of that. I stopped drinking completely, and I stopped smoking marijuana completely. I wanted to be as healthy as possible. This morning, my weight was 174, a slight improvement over what it was on October 30th. But my body fat went down 3.1% to 23% body fat in just a couple weeks. I'm now 23% body fat. I still have to lose about 10% body fat, so it's still got a ways to go. My weight will probably drop down to the low 160s before I get there. But overall, my immune system is better. My body weight and my body fat is better. And the way I did that is by going back and working out, not overly working out, but working out, not drinking, not smoking marijuana, and I have been on a diet program that I trace through the application that I've talked about a few times called Lose It. And I don't earn any money from Lose It. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. It's just the application that I use. And there are many applications like it where you can track your food. It gives you calories. It gives you the amount of carbohydrates, the amount of protein, the amount of fat, the amount of sodium, the amount of sugar. I track all of that, and I keep them a little bit below what the app suggests. And so I know all of this together is the reason why I have been successful. Prior to Thanksgiving, you have my Scout word of honor, even though I've never been a Scout. You have my word of honor. I'm going to show you a comparison photo of what I'm going to be at the time, and I'm expecting probably by Thanksgiving to be 170 pounds, and fingers crossed, maybe 22% body fat, or maybe even ever so slightly below that. I'm excited. You can make a difference in your life. You just have to be willing to make some changes, some long-term habitual changes. And those changes might be stopping drinking, stopping cigarette smoking, or marijuana smoking, at least for the period of time until you get your health back. And certainly watching what you eat. I'm going to be doing more of these kinds of videos sporadically through all my other videos, but I'm going to move on to other things, and I want this channel to just be much like an older Gay Guy Show podcast is, just a jumble of stuff, a little bit of stuff for everyone. If you haven't had a chance to hear my latest podcast, it's about my music, and you might enjoy it. It's 16 minutes long, and I give you 5 different musical pieces that I'm working on, and I think you might enjoy that. So please do check that out on an older Gay Guy Show podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. And I will be back shortly with another video. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining me in my joy that I was able to share today. Take care now. Thank you. Bye for now.